Hello and welcome to Blue Army TV. I'm sitting here after Carlisle have drawn 2-2 at home to Northampton Town in what is a result that probably should have been a win that now feels like a loss. And that's just football. The way in which we drew that game today was, it's so heartbreaking. And it's not what they deserved at all, because it was a fantastic performance. It was far better than what we've seen at Reading or at Blackpool. And it's a result that probably should have seen us in a good position to fight our way out of the relegation zone. We have gone up a place in the end. We're now, I think we're 20th or 21st even. We're one place out of the relegation zone, anyways. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. And it's one of them performances where you can't really fault the performance too much. It's just a bit of luck, a bit unlucky. However, someone who does need to come with a little bit of criticism is Thomas Hawley, and that's kind of he made a big mistake last week, and he probably should have saved one of the other two goals as well. And he got the blame last week, Thomas Hawley. But last week it wasn't entirely down to Thomas Hawley. This week he makes an error for the first goal, and he gets put through his legs for the second, and you've just got to think. People like to defend Thomas Hawley a lot, and people like to criticise him a lot. He's definitely a polarising character, but with the ambition of the new owners, and you think we've got a much better budget now, and you think he's now cost us 2 games. Not that we would have won at Blackpool anyways, but he's definitely cost us today, and he has in the past. And you've just got to think, with a higher budget now, can we be looking at strengthening that position? Obviously, the main priority is a striker. Or a couple even, but after that, you've kind of got to be looking at the goalkeeping situation, thinking that's second place priority. That after we've sorted the strikers out, that's got to be the next area we look at, because Thomas Hawley has cost us that game today, I think. And people call him unlucky. Yes, it was a deflection, but if you pat the ball into your own goal, however heavily deflected it was, you've got to take some responsibility for it, and a better goalkeeper does save that, and a better goalkeeper, not that I'm going to blame him too much for the second one, but a better goalkeeper does save that as well, and I even think Thomas Hawley saves that, I'd say 9 times out of 10. It wasn't his game, and there's been too many games this season where it hasn't been his game. You look at Blackpool last week, very poor, cost us a couple of goals. You look at this week, very poor, cost us at least a goal today. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, it them kind of fighting performances, and we go to what is a relegation team in Cheltenham next week at Brunton Park, and you've got to be thinking, with a performance like that this week, you've got to go into this next game a lot more confident than I would have done had we come into it off the back of Blackpool and Reading. But yes, big shout out to Alfie McCalmont, who I thought was my man of the match. He's such a good little player, and I think kind of pushing him back into that. We tried to play a 4-2-3-1 formation today, something I haven't really seen Simo try and do before, with the 2 defensive midfielders of Alfie McCalmont and Dylan McGeoch. And that role is a role that Alfie McCalmont's played in the past. He played it when he was on loan at Oldham in particular. That kind of deep playmaker, kind of, not a number 10 like his shirt would suggest, but one of them defensive midfielders that can go forward and can play the pass forward, and he did really well in that role today. I thought he was fantastic. But yeah, look, that's all I can really say on today. It was just a gut-wrenching way to draw the game in a game that we should have won, but off the back of the 2 results we've had, it's a definite step in the right direction. And it continues to see our home form try and carry us through this season. But yeah, look, thank you for watching the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you want to, and in a bit,